Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Aknibode 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Aknibode. First, the headlines. Finance Minister says Nigeria's economy to grow by 4.7%. Aknibode pledges to strengthen Oyo's security architecture. United Kingdom temporarily closes embassy in Iran amidst fear of United States strike. President Trump threatens to use military over Minnesota anti-ICE protest. Nigerians react to Super Eagles' loss to Morocco in the AFCON semi-final. Now the details. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Mr. Bowale Aknibode, says the economy is projected to grow 4.68% in 2026 as the government drives investment-led inclusive growth aimed at creating jobs and boosting citizens' welfare. Mr. Aknibode made the remarks today in Lagos while delivering the keynote address at the launch of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group NESG Macroeconomic Outlook Report for 2026, where he said the growth projection aligns with the government's medium-term goal of achieving 7% annual growth and building a $1 trillion economy by the end of the decade. The finance minister noted that the 2026 budget reflects President Bola Tinubu's commitment to ensuring that macroeconomic improvement translates into real gains in Nigeria's daily lives, adding that the budget deficit estimated at about 4% of gross domestic product (GDP) also reflected the scale of Nigeria's development needs and the ambition to accelerate growth. Mr. Aknibode further emphasized that following the removal of distortions and recent stabilization measures, the focus of economic policy had shifted to driving growth through increased investment. In commemoration, the Oyo State Governor, His Excellency Engineer Oluseyi Makinde, has inaugurated a new Council of Obas and Chiefs announcing the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, as its chairman after 15 years hiatus. Governor Makinde made the announcement during a special event held at the State House of Chiefs Secretariat at Agodi, Ibadan. Aknibode FM's news correspondent Oluwapemi Bamidele was at the event held at the House of Chiefs. Here is the report.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Oluseyi Makinde, today inaugurated the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs, which have been inactive for about 15 years. The Olubadan of Ibadanland, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, was inaugurated as the chairman of the council and will serve a 2-year tenure. In his address before inaugurating the council, Governor Seyi Makinde described the exercise as not as an achievement but as a necessity, noting that the council will enhance synergy between the state government and the traditional institutions. Governor Makinde also disclosed that he had met with the 3 imperial monarchs, the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Aknibode, the Olubadan of Ibadanland, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, and the Shoun of Ogbomoso, Oba Gandhi Olaoye, where it was agreed that the chairmanship of the council would be rotated among them on a 2-year tenure basis.
Àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ bàbá fún mi for the state wọ́n ti gbà láti reinstate Oyo State Council of Obas and they will manage it effectively. So from this point forward, we're back to our base setter status.
Addressing newsmen after the event, the inaugurated chairman of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs and the Olubadan of Ibadanland, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, said the council's priority would be to ensure that communities across the state remain safe, peaceful, and conducive to development. Oba Ladoja also commended Governor Seyi Makinde for his effort in restoring the council to full operation, describing the move as a significant achievement.
First of all, thank the Executive Governor for your state Engineer Makinde FNSC for working so hard to get this council back into service. It's not an easy job. So even though it says it's not an achievement, I say it is an achievement.
Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Honorable Ademola Ojo, in his remarks, said the council is expected to serve as a vital advisory body, promoting peace, resolving conflicts, preserving cultural heritage, and contributing meaningfully to policy formulation and community development. The event had in attendance the State Deputy Governor, Barrister Bayo Lawa, the Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mohammed Fadeyi, the State Chief Judge, Honorable Justice Iyabo Yerima, other top government functionaries and political appointees, Oluwapemi Bamidele, Agidigbo.
The Oyo State Fire Services Agency has said it rescued a man alive during a devastating fire incident at Kara area on the Kishi Road in a Rekpo local government area of the state on Wednesday. The special advisor to Governor Seyi Makinde on fire reform and chairman of the agency, Mr. Maruf Akinwande, disclosed this in a statement issued today in Ibadan, the state capital. The chairman therefore urged truck owners to prioritize fire safety guidelines associated with trucks on the road, stressing the importance of having fire extinguishers in all trucks to prevent fire incidents at the incipient stage. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kuliamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola. The British government has announced on Wednesday that its embassy in Tehran has been temporarily closed, with all staff withdrawn from Iran due to the ongoing unrest. The Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, has also advised against traveling to Iran. In another development, Spain has warned its citizens also to leave Iran using any available means. The Spanish Foreign Ministry strongly advised its citizens in Iran against taking part in any kind of protest and of taking photos or videos of the demonstration or of official buildings. Spain advisory comes as Italy has also urged its citizens to leave Iran. Prosecutors have asked for South Korea's former president, Yoon Suk-yeol, to be handed a death sentence if he is found guilty over his botched attempt to impose martial law. Although Yoon has denied the charges against him, arguing that martial law was a symbolic gesture to draw public attention to the wrongdoings of the opposition party. Yoon shocked the country and the world on 3rd of December 2024 when he declared martial law over South Korea. He said the aim was to protect the country from North Korean communist forces, while some saw it as a ploy by Yoon to get a grip on power amid domestic political woes. And that ends the news from Kuliamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back now to the exciting world of sport. Football fans across the country were left disappointed after the Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to record a win against Morocco in the semi-final clash of AFCON. Despite showing efforts in creating chances, the team could not deliver the result many Nigerians hoped for, leading to reactions from fans and football lovers across the country. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Abiodun Oloyede reports on the feelings of some Nigerians. Here is the report.
Despite impressive 100% winning record in their games, the Super Eagles of Nigeria did not win their match against host nation, Morocco. In the semi-final clash on Wednesday night, the Nigerian team played with effort and created chances. However, the Super Eagles failed to score a goal and lost to the Moroccan team in the penalty shootout. Host nation Morocco defended well and stopped Nigeria from getting a victory throughout the 90 minutes and extra time encounter. Football experts have said that the Super Eagles need to improve their finishing and teamwork as they prepare for future matches and tougher opponents. In an interview with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Kenny explained that he's shocked and surprised because he was highly disappointed.
Everybody might not go there like the team will go inside penalties. All Nigeria players, I don't know, sha. Even myself, I'm surprised. Many people don't carry the game, and the thing shocked me, sir.
Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Oluwaseun made it known that he was so sad because the match did not go as expected.
I was so sad because the match did not go as I expected.
In another interview with Agidigbo FM, Mr. Kayode is praised that the Nigerian Super Eagles ball was so tough and heartbreaking.
So tough, it's so bad. I even used my money to stay, but despite everything.
Millions of Nigerians were left with different emotions after the defeat suffered by the Super Eagles in the ongoing AFCON. Many Nigerians were hoping the Super Eagles would triumph in AFCON after failing to secure a spot in the June 2026 World Cup Games. What does the future hold for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Abiodun Oloyede, Agidigbo FM News.
Celebration. Agidigbo FM Governor's Office correspondent Oluwapemi Bamidele was at the event. Here is the report.
The unique celebration, which holds on the 15th of January every year and commemorated in Nigeria as Armed Forces Remembrance Day, is set aside to appreciate, raise concern for the welfare of the disabled, aged ex-servicemen. The remembrance also extends to the widows and children of slain soldiers who fought during the First and Second World Wars, Nigeria's Civil War, international peacekeeping mission, and other security warfare. Oyo State joined the rest of the world to celebrate our fallen heroes today at the main bowl of the Lekan Salami Stadium at Damasigba, Ibadan. On arrival, the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun also inspected a guard of honor mounted by detachments of the Nigerian Army, the Police Force, and the Nigerian Legion. Shortly after the inspection of the guard, the last post was sounded for fallen heroes and those who laid their lives for the peace and sovereignty of our nation and the world at large. Ten eminent personalities in the state, led by the state's governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, and followed by the GOC2 Division of the Nigeria Army, Major General C.R. Indibife, the Chairman, Nigeria Legion, Oyo State, Evangelist Julius Ogunkojo, the Commander 2 Division Garrison, Nigeria Army, Brigadier General A.S. Bugaje, the Commander 655 Nav Station Ibadan, Air Commander D.U. Njoku, the State Commissioner for Police C.P. Femi Aruna. Shortly after, a minute of silence in honor of the fallen heroes, a 21-gun salute by officers of the Nigeria Army, the symbolic release of white pigeons and balloons into the air by the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde. While addressing the press, Governor Seyi Makinde described the current period as a challenging time for Nigeria and assured that his administration would continue to provide necessary support to the security agencies.
The guards that lost their lives, we commiserate with them, and we say that we will do our best to ensure that they are looked after. But it is not time to play the blame game.
The the chairman of the Nigerian Legion, Oyo State Command, Chief Julius Alabi, and the representative of the fallen heroes widow said that the sacrifices of fallen heroes must never be forgotten.
Oliver, once more, the federal government has started taking care of us. To be sincere, they are taking care of us now. The same thing, the state government.
The event had in attendance the Deputy Governor, Barrister Adebayo Lawa, Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mohammed Fadeyin, the State Chief Judge, Justice Iyabo Yerima, the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, and widows of the fallen heroes to lay wreaths at the feet of the fallen soldiers. Oluwapemi Bamidele, Agidigbo FM News.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. The United States is indefinitely suspending immigrant visa processing from 75 countries in another expansion of the Trump administration's crackdown on immigration. The pause in processing will apply to countries including Brazil, Colombia, Egypt, Haiti, Somalia, and Russia. The suspension applies to immigrant visas such as those for employment or to join family in the U.S. The pause does not apply to non-immigrant visas like student and tourist visas, and as such would not apply for those seeking to travel to the World Cup in the U.S. this summer. The pause will begin on January 21, according to U.S. officials. President Trump on Thursday threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act, allowing him to deploy troops as protests against immigration and customs enforcement persist in Minneapolis. An ICE officer shot a Venezuelan national in the leg Wednesday night in North Minneapolis after the officer was allegedly attacked by men with a shovel and broom handle. Democratic Minnesota Governor Tim Walz gave a rare primetime address Wednesday night where he called on Mr. Trump and Norm to end the occupation. He also called on Minnesotans to record ICE activity for future prosecution. Meanwhile, a judge on Wednesday morning declined to issue a temporary restraining order against ICE operations in Minnesota, seeking further evidence before issuing a ruling. The Department of Homeland Security says there are now nearly 3,000 U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents and officers deployed in the area. Several career prosecutors in the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division announced their resignation this week after learning that there will be no civil rights probe into the fatal shooting of Renelle Good. And that ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Welcome back. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Finance Minister says Nigeria's economy to grow by 4.7%. Makinde pledges to strengthen Oyo's security architecture. United Kingdom temporarily closes embassy in Iran amidst fear of United States strike. President Trump threatens to use military over Minnesota anti-ICE protest. Nigerians react to Super Eagles loss to Morocco in AFCON semi-final. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Agidigbo FM says, nurture your mind with great thoughts. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Aknibode. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out-of-school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM. The people.